Hello. Wait, sorry. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, hello, assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening. Happy Friday, I bid to everyone. Welcome to our second episode of Unlocking Internship Success. I am Zachariah Aiden Druckmann, your moderator of the night. And today we have with us none other than Hana Safia binti alias. You're currently in semester 6 LG243 senior who has completed her internship and is currently as well completing her FYP, hopefully to finish her studies of LG243. So yes, okay, now Hannah Safia is she has completed her internship at Robert Bosch Malaysia. Impressive. Yeah, I mean, even if you look at all right, hi there, Hannah. She has turned on her video. Even if you look at her tudung pun, yeah, it has Robert Bosch colors over there. So yeah. Okay, Hannah, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Now, thank you so much for joining us today. For willing to spend time to help to give insights to help your juniors. All right, on on internship because just so you know, the audience here we have students from okay, students from okay. I noticed some from semester 5. I could see Umi Fatima, Nadine, Adam, and I see those from semester 4 as well. I see Mary over there. And anybody from semester 3? Any semester 3 students? No. Semester 2? No. Part 1? All right. Okay. So with us, Hannah, just so you know, we have your juniors from semesters 4 and 5. All right. Okay. Now, without further ado, Hannah, can you briefly introduce yourself, for our audience, and maybe share with us more about Robert Bosch. It is to my understanding that you have completed your latihan industry, right?
Yes, I've completed my internship, the mandatory part, but I'm extending until February so far. Let me share my slides first. Can you guys see?
Yes, your slides are visible, Hannah.
All right, so um, let me introduce myself first. Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. My name is Hana Safa Vitalias. Um, I'm currently in my final year of bachelor's degree, same as you guys, intercultural communication, LG243. For diploma, I took English for professional communication, LG120. I think most of you guys also did. I took in Segamat. I have some work experience, especially my main one is as a creative designer, which I'm still continuously learning. So regarding the company, you guys can read what's in the slides, but I'm just gonna summarize it. So it's called Robert Bosch Cermahat, or it's famously known as Bosch. I think your fathers or your uncles, if they have tools, uh, Bosch is mostly known for their mobility solutions as well as their power tools. So maybe your dad has like a toolbox called Bosch. So Bosch entered in Malaysia in 1923. It has four business divisions such as consumer goods and mobility solutions. So I chose Bosch as the place for me to carry out my internship because it is a multinational company. Don't get me wrong, there is no harm or lack of a Malaysian based company or SME, but I just chose MNC because, I want to apply what I learned in LG243. So also the allowance and benefit is really good. So yeah, that's why I chose this company.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Hannah. Okay. All right. It's interesting. And to be honest, yeah, there is no harm in any kind of company that you want to select for your internship. All right. So yeah, and also I do agree. I think I myself have a Robert Bosch toolbox somewhere in this house. So yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So Hannah, during your internship at Robert Bosch, what was your role, or I would say your main responsibilities during the internship?
All right, so let's shift to the next slide. So basically, um, as an intern at Bosch, I was under the human resource department. But although being under HR, my role varied with different projects as I held the position of employer branding and communications intern, where I primarily focus on employer branding, learning and development, and social media branding to position Bosch as a top employer. And it is actually my because I didn't want to enter HR specifically. I wanted to do something like communications, social media. I was opting for corporate comp, but there wasn't. And when I got this position, it was quite interesting. So my first project was actually handling the MOHE career, the Minister of Higher Education's career fair, from start to finish with my supervisor. So my tasks included like creating posters, layout planning, cross-checking, job opening catalogs, and more. I also organize events for employee engagement. As for communications, I coordinate events to enhance brand presence and develop social media content. Not only that, my work also varies from designing posters to wood panel informations, emailing, creative writing, um, communicating with external vendors and all for events. For instance, I also created a two-part promotional video series for the career fair and more. So far, I've received good feedbacks for the its straightforward and effective message presentation. And then lastly, in human resource, I also did learn some basic typical human resource. If you enter the proper human resource, you will learn the proper human resource. But I contributed by reviewing job advertisements to align with Bosch standards and developing user-friendly job catalog for employees and candidates. I also helped co-moderated like an employee workshop for like different departments from HR, because HR is supposed to be like a medium person between the managers and the workers, right? And then I proposed ideas for cultural integration and created presentation slides, as well as many ad hoc tasks, for example, like even data analysis, which I I didn't even want it, but while I learned, I had some in I think semester 5 you're supposed to take data analysis, right? So I applied that. Um, so yeah, I also did the like the printing things maybe like 5 times. So yeah, that's my roles and responsibilities so far.
I see. Okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting. So it's like it's like content creating. To be honest, I mean it was heavier towards that, although that you still delve into HR and so on. Oh, okay. Well, it sounds fun, challenging but fun. Okay. So, okay, you did mention that the course that you took in semester 5, data analytics, helped you for in preparation for your internship. So, aside from data analytics, how did APB, or specifically LG 243, prepare you for all of the tasks that you had to handle?
All right. Thank you for your question, sir. So, for example, these are just some of the LGBT courses that I'll list, such as intercultural communication, pragmatic and intercultural, English for our presentation, which Zach taught me actually, and then commercial web design, and then we have the electives provided by APB like data analytics, marketing. So, for instance, EIC 403 and EIC 602 provided me with the tools to navigate various cultural contexts, which helped me enhance my negotiation and collaboration skills, especially with my colleagues with diverse cultures. And then while English is a common language among us, language is not the only barrier. Plus, cultural barriers include like cultural traits such as like that we learn individualistic versus collectivistic. So the courses has helped me to prepare to understand these barriers and apply in practical situations. And then, like I said, the ELC 590 course, it helped me to it helped me with the skills to deliver effective and engaging presentations, which enables me to communicate ideas and be creative in approaches and be confident and sound in delivering my presentations towards my senior colleagues, my managers, or whoever. Additionally, I applied knowledge from EIC 4x4 to create contents through graphics and multimedia. So these are just some of the things that I've learned. And then the electives such as stated, data analytics, which I applied in my internship, and then marketing. So for that, I'm very grateful because these courses, I believe, aligned by LG243 and EPB, has benefited the students very much.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Hannah. Okay, well, looking at this over here, I'm glad that I see ELC 590 because I believe I taught you that.
Yes.
For feels good. Okay, but then again, of course, yeah. So from here, you can see that not just your core subjects, but also your electives, do help. Just uh, showing that the elective courses that students take, they do play some role for your internship. Okay, so now I believe back then when I taught you guys, I would probably have mentioned it at one point or another, saying that that internship will never be a total breeze. It will never be 100% easy, where there will be some hurdles, there will be some challenges. So, like in your case, Hannah, what about you? Okay. Did you face any challenges in adapting to the workplace environment? And if you did, how did you overcome them?
Okay, so I think first of all, one of the main challenges I had was like to adapt to the corporate environment, which was quite challenging. Although I have prior work experience, this is my first time navigating corporate culture, which is more complex than expected. It's more rigid, and Bosch is actually quite traditional. It's shifting towards digitalization, but it's still like quite traditional. Okay, so like I have to understand informal communication styles and office dynamics, which took time, especially building relationships with colleagues from diverse backgrounds. Then it also took me time to adapt to the company's nature and security. Like there were a lot of layers of approval. For example, like I had to wait around 1 week to download Adobe software in my work laptop because of the approvals and all. So yeah, it was difficult as well as limiting my time and my colleagues' time because they were waiting for my designs for the career fair, something like that. So yeah, lah, there was some hurdles, but when I think about it, because it's a big company, so security is important. Additionally, I think using the laptop using the word laptop like slowed file transfers because of the security issues. Like for instance, if I mean only some people can download WhatsApp web in their work laptop, including me. So not everybody has the like opportunity. So it's quite hard because like you have to download here, download that. So I think that, and then um I think my time schedule. I think during class you can take naps in between. Of course, you cannot take naps during your work time, and maybe during your breaks. But I miss my naps. I honestly like for the first month, it's not only me. Like all my friends texted, I miss my naps. We did actually. And then obviously the learning curve. At first, I felt confident that my academic background had prepared me for my internship tasks, especially the courses that I've learned so far. However, applying theoretical knowledge to practical situations proved to be more complex. For instance, in professional communication, where we have to support interpersonal communication theories by networking, attending meetings, and presenting ideas clearly. Although I have now improved, I still struggled with networking and voicing out because back then I felt little. I felt inexperienced because I'm just like an intern, like nobody's, like that. And then we're not supposed to show that, oh, we're like so good at this kind of things. Nobody likes like a show off, to be honest, but you also have to show that you're good, something like that. In between, you have to know. So I overcame my problems by seeking clarification. There is nothing wrong with asking a lot of things. It's better to ask than do something, and then not only are you wrong, but it will be for nothing, right? So it's better to ask than so seek clarification in a professional way. Internships should provide. I mean, the purpose of internship is to provide a zone for you guys to be inexperienced as with whatever worries you have before entering your reality as an adult in the real world setting, right? Work setting. And then um from there you can show that you can learn from the guidance and improve. And then I also created like a to-do list when handling tasks. I didn't do like I mean by week lah. I plan because I mean we're not perfect. Sometimes maybe we have like unexpected things, and then also find friends, your internship friends or your peer supports or your classmates who are as scared as you, so that you guys can like motivate each other. You guys can, for example, back in Bosch, we have like this internship group. So we share our problems. Oh, what do I want? What do I this? So actually, from that group, I voiced out to my HR department, and I created like an employee engagement just for internship. I created an internship engagement where interns themselves they can voice out their problems with their supervisors or what they as an intern what they want towards the end of their internship. So something like that.
Interesting, interesting. I really like how you said that if you don't know something, don't keep quiet. You better ask out and so on. Yeah, I mean that I totally agree with it. And it's not just a practice for when you are interning as well. Even once you become a professional, if you don't know anything, you must always seek for clarification. Okay, so yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. Okay, kalau tak tahu, do not pala tahu. So yeah. Okay. Now, let's talk about some skill sets and so on. Yeah. So during your internship, now an internship depends on the company that you're working at and depends on the role that you've been given. Different students would have different skills that they would gain or they would improve during internship. Like last week, we had Kabir, which focused on his information gathering, his
Mhm.
delivery, etc., etc. So, like in your case, Hannah, what would be the skills that you either gained and or you improved at Robert Bosch?
Okay. Wait. Okay. So for the technical side, I gained skills like Power BI. I familiarized myself with Power BI. It's like even you say it was in demand, and it is. So in HR, they were like searching for people with Power BI. So I learned that thing. I mean, it was actually easy once I got familiar with it, though I have to learn more about it. And then I think the second one would be improving my Excel skills. It's not that I don't have the skills for it. It's just applying it like in a fast situation, in a work situation is quite different. So I think I improved that a lot, as well as a lot of other technical things like I mentioned, Adobe software. I'm still learning it. So for my employer branding, I also use it, which I work also, because I work closely with corporate communications, where I also help them create like contents for Bosch social medias. So as for the soft skills, well, of course, intercultural communication, awareness, and communication overall. Next is teamwork. Teamwork in doing an assignment and work test for me is different. The settings and stakes are different. You cannot just free rider, you know. Additionally, the different backgrounds of knowledge was beneficial in the teamwork settings because, for example, I'm from an English background, but then my other partner would be like in data analytics, more knowledge in data analytics or computer science. So when we like put our input together, it will create something different. It's like a lot of different views like that. And then lastly, the skills that I improve is time management. I still have my FYP, and I am juggling with a lot of tasks because I'm still continuing my internship. Um, but then my friends, they have stopped. So that is one of the things that I had to improve so that I don't get extra stress.
Okay, all right. That's interesting. A lot of stuff that you have gained and so on. So yeah, okay, some technical skills, soft skills, and I like how you've highlighted that the most valuable thing is to always seize the opportunity. Uh, that is true, as an intern, because you're there to learn, you're there to make connections. So that's the time for you to, whatever opportunity given, just grab it and not complain about it. Okay, so let's talk about the, okay, you did mention earlier that, at Robert Bosch you deal with people from a variety of cultural and ethnic background.
Mhm.
Okay, like our tell us more about it. Like, were everyone Malaysian? Did you also have work with, non-Malaysians, etc., etc.?
So basically, if in Bosch, I can count using my fingers how many Malays are there, like Malaysians, because like basically level 3 is a lot of expats, especially from German, and we have Indonesians, Russians, Pakistani, Chinese mainland, Indian. Yeah, but basically we have a lot of expats. So like the only Malay is like just a few, but we still have Malays because if not, I'll be very lonely. So internships in multicultural or international settings has provided me like a valuable opportunity for me to collaborate with individuals from diverse cultural backgrounds, not just colleagues but also clients as well. So this experience has exposed me to different perspectives that help me enhance my cultural awareness and sensitivity. Also, like navigating cultural differences, it presents like different challenges, particularly in areas like conflict resolution and decision making, in which I actually see from firsthand during a HR workshop where some cultures they are more reserved in their opinions. So this provided me like a practical like because before this we learn like theoretical, right? So I had the chance to be a co-moderator, which I helped them solve their problems by leveraging their different kind of viewpoints. Then I also had to like adapt different communication styles because, like I said, we have Indonesian, German, Russians, Chinese, and many more in the company. So I need to speak clear English. I also need to like clearly practice active listening because sometimes I mean like Malaysian English slang we can still understand, but sometimes for example I think there was like one Australian I couldn't quite catch like a few words, so I have to listen very like attentively. So but I mean in this context in like talking professionally I could understand, but when it comes to like casual conversations during mingling with the other interns or other colleagues who came from these backgrounds, it was kind of hard. But other than that, the English as a lingua franca helped a lot in communicating with each other.
I see, I see. Well, what you just mentioned, it reminds me of another course I teach, and I think you took it back in semester two, global English.
Ah, yes.
Yes, all the different varieties, and yeah, I mean, I do agree. Australians, especially those with a very with whose accents, their Australian English is very thick. Sometimes, yeah, it might take a while for us to be like to really listen and so on. I totally understand your situation. Been there, been there. Okay, okay. Now my next questions would be mainly for your advice or maybe your insights for your juniors. Okay, so in your opinion, how should these students choose an internship, okay, in your opinion, that aligns with whatever goals or desires that they have, and with that in mind, what are the steps that they should take now to prepare them for internship?
Okay, so first of all, do your research. I mentioned how my company has good benefits, right? So I know that we also have to fulfill our 16 weeks of working for our internship. However, we also have the agreement with our supervisors, our work supervisors, that we can take leave. So, however, especially like during new holidays, I wouldn't have tasks. So instead of coming to the office and doing nothing, I would use my annual leaves. And yes, not all companies offer annual leave or MCs for interns. I just found out. I talked to Kabir last week. We were like in a coffee shop and all, hanging out. So he said he was quite surprised because I had annual leave. So because you have to bear in mind that you are doing your FYP as well, right? So try and do some research on your company. Like, of course, obviously, first the pay. I mean, if that's really important for you, and then especially the benefits. For me, alhamdulillah, the benefits was really good because I had annual leave and MCs and also it helped me like especially when I said for example like during Deepavali, like um the next following day is Friday, so nobody actually came to the office because I asked my friend, and did anyone come to the office? Nobody. So no tasks were given. Even my supervisor said you can take a day off. So during that day off, I did my FYP. Right. I mean, don't waste your time. So, however, if not, I suggest doing a paper starting on like Thursday night. Okay, bear in mind that Monday is a very busy day. So like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, take a break on Sunday. So, um, first of all, when it comes to what company you want to choose, like what do you want to become from this course? There's a lot of things, right? Like for example, Kabe in a production line. So I mean, for me, I do not want to be in HR, but I plan on communication and employee branding. So it's an area that I plan to proceed. So do you want to jump into writing? You can be a journalist. Do you want to jump into production? So be a script writer. So alhamdulillah, I got some knowledge on HR, but I plan on being like towards communication lah, like events and all. So I think that. What's your another question, sir? I forgot.
Um, Actually, my questions were: number one, how
Mm-hmm.
should the students choose their
Yeah.
internship placements, and also what steps that your
Okay.
juniors can take now to prepare them?
So, um, being in HR, like one of the steps that you can do, especially uh, semester first, you guys are still doing resumes, right? So build a proper resume. So what I learned being in HR is it's good if you have two resumes. One, the pretty one, like Madam Baya taught, if Madam Baya is your lecturer. The other one is you can search up on ATS resume tracking sample, because that one for multinational companies, because I don't know about other companies, but from what I have been told, multinational companies or big companies, they will use ATS system tracking, and then they will use human scan. So build a proper resume, put your photo. If you're pretty, if you're handsome, use that pretty privilege. I mean, I'm not saying that if you're not pretty, don't use it. No. If you're um for the lack of word, if you're not pretty enough, just make sure your photo is formal and you are well dressed. Okay? You well dressed. I mean, what if you're pretty but then you selekeh in your photo? I mean, I wouldn't choose you. Okay? Be realistic. Okay? And then what you can do right now, I mean, I don't think you have much time to be active in your curriculum right now because well, you have only one semester lah. So maybe you can do part-time jobs. But maybe for your like juniors or whatever, because back then what I did was during my diploma, I was active in every society club, and then during my degree, I focus on my studies and also do part-time jobs. So that was my life plan lah. But maybe tak sempat for you guys anymore. So do part-time jobs. You can be a barista or whatever. The important thing is when you sell your part-time job, you have to know how to sell your part-time job. So and then you can build relevant skills through, for example, you have like semester breaks. So take some coursework or certifications. Like Sir Zach mentioned before this to our batch that Power BI is in demand. So try and learn Power BI or things that are relevant like Excel skill, because right now many interns actually do not know how to use Excel, to be honest lah. Even my friends, they don't know how to justify Word document, which surprises me. But I mean, it's okay. You can still learn, right? And then network with professionals in your desired field through LinkedIn. I understand that not everyone has LinkedIn. So use your social media of preferences. Because for example, if you are good on TikTok, use that as your social platform to network with anyone, or Instagram. And then yeah, I think that's all.
Okay, all right, all right. I mean, I do agree when you mention about Excel, because yeah, companies, especially in the lines of HR management, they use that software heavily. Okay, in fact, I remember some of what do you call it? Your senior that I was supervising for LI last semester. That company, they when she had to do slides and so on, want them to use PowerPoint. And she tried to push for Canva, and they were like, "No, we use PowerPoint. You use PowerPoint." So yes, you have to be very eclectic in the softwares that you're good at. And I like how you've because I used to work for recruitment in both Malaysia and America. I noticed Malaysia having a photo is like a big yes, but internationally, America, they don't. So yeah, and yes, of course, have a good professional photo for that. And because I used to work for recruitment, I have once received someone sent a resume and then their photo gambar selfie. I was like, what? That has been before. So yeah. Okay. Interesting stuff that you're highlighting, and I like how you said that it's important to be active right now, and the fact that you highlight to correct having social media and also LinkedIn as well. So yeah, there's that. Okay. Now, Hannah. Okay. Still got a few more questions before we go to the Q&A session.
Sure.
Now, so is there anything that you wish you had known, learned, or placed more emphasis before you started your internship?
Okay. I think what I would want to put an emphasis is on my confidence. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am a very confident person. However, at first, obviously, I felt very small. So it was like I couldn't take charge of anything at once. So I think I should have been able to take more leads, more projects if I were a bit more confident. But don't be overconfident, okay? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know that you're confident. I thought you drama even until now. I this very day I still remember the character that you portrayed for your Three Idiots role. So yeah, okay, all right. So you wish that during your time that you would place more emphasis in improving your confidence. Okay,
Mhm.
all right,
I understand like some people are introverted, but it's okay. Just do it slowly. I understand that.
all right. Okay, I agree. I agree. Um, so you mentioned just now about FYP.
Yeah.
Okay, now no worries. I'm not gonna ask you how is your FYP going on, but what will be your advice? Because I mean, your juniors, whether they like it or not, whatever it is, the situation now is that once you're in semester six, you got to do your LI, you got to do your FYP. All right. So, so with that, and I know juggling between the two is not easy. Okay, I myself have been there during my degree. So, aside from what you've mentioned just now, are there any additional advice that you would give to your juniors for the in in juggling between LI and FYP once they're in semester six or maybe before it? Any advice?
Um, get together with your friends. Get together with your friends. Sit in a cafe and do it. You will see the like a competition. Kau chapter berapa sekarang? Kau chapter berapa sekarang? Kau kat mana sekarang? Kau dah gerak ke? You will feel the rush. Trust me. I mean, of course, you have your time management skills and all, but like for me, peer support and all is quite important. But especially like your time management is number one. So sacrifice your weekends just for one semester because then you're graduating. So but take care of yourself. One weekend you have to have at least one break.
All right. Okay. Okay. I like that you used peers, as a form. Yeah, that's effective, especially if your friends are progressing and you're there. You're like, alama. So, okay, all right. Now, what advice would you give to your juniors about making the most out of their internship experience?
Okay, some advices is be proactive in seeking advice. Like for example, you have done this task, so you ask feedback so that you know what you're doing right or what you're doing wrong, and demonstrate your enthusiasm and adaptability. And making the most of your internship because it's very short. Uh, take take some pictures, take down pictures. Like some people they do like a day in my intern TikTok live, but I did like just Instagram photos collage and all. I started that and then all my friends followed. So it gave like a sense of it's okay, everyone is in this boat. So yeah, enjoy your internship while it lasts because then you have to enter like the real world, real tasks. It's tiring.
Yep, that is true. That is true. I mean, not gonna lie. There are times that I wish I was back as the cikgu intern back then. So yeah. Okay. So before we go on to the Q&A, do you have any additional insights or advice that you'd like to share with the audience?
Additional insights. Yeah, news Glassdoor to search for the companies. Um, like feedbacks. It actually helps. So I think that's all.
Oh, yeah, all right. Okay then. Okay, so that would be from me. So now let us see that if we have any questions from the members of the audience. All right, so fellow students or maybe lecturers as well. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourselves or you can just type in your questions in the chat box. Okay, yes, Mr. Aizat.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hi, Mr. Zach, and also Hannah. First of
Assalam.
all, great job, Hannah. Thank you for your time to join us and share a bit of insight, yeah, about your experience doing internship at Peter Bosch. I think I found it very interesting when you said that there were a bit of challenges, that you have to go through, especially when it comes to adjusting to work environment and also in, learning the work process and so on. But my question is, how did you make friends, with your colleagues who were much senior than you were, especially, basically, give a bit of insights about how it was like during the first few days, how was the first interaction, was like at the workplace. That is all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So at first, I was very no, I was very shy. Actually, the seniors they took the first approach to like gather all the interns. So they took us for lunch and all. But then I started to get near to all the older colleagues by smiling every day. I say good morning every day, so it helped. It helps build connection because most of them were very like my next table. She was very shy, very she didn't say any word. So like people will notice her. So what I did was good morning, hello, good morning, hello. So it helps. It helps also if you smile a lot. So yeah, people would find you friendly, but not too friendly. You have to bear that in mind. But when you're like approachable, it's easier to make friends and for senior colleagues to help you, especially in class and all.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Hannah. Okay, Hannah, we have an interesting question in the chat box by Ahmad Adam. Okay. Would you care to share your experience on how to handle frustrating staff members? Ooh.
Okay. Actually, I had this. It's not a staff. It's a fellow intern of mine. Because all the senior colleagues, they shared their concerns with me. They shared their frustrations with me. We were doing this as I said, I like created an internship engagement. So he was, the type that always not betul. He is always right. So handling that was like the I mean, handling that was the hardest challenge for me lah so far. So what I sat down with him and I gave my opinions to I see, okay, but this and that. I mean, not that you have to try and talk to your colleagues. I know sometimes people are not as easy, but one good thing is that you have to trust some colleagues, okay, but do not create an environment of gossip. Gossip is not good actually, okay, because when you create a gossip environment, people will think very shallow of you. Instead of gossiping, tell your frustrations properly and like suggest what to do, what to follow up with them. Okay. So yeah.
Okay, I really like that. I really like that. Okay, so we have another question by Umi Fatima. Okay. All right. So this is with regards to FYP.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So Umi is asking, "Hi Hannah and everyone. I would like to ask, how do you stay disciplined between doing FYP and intern? Because I believe working can drain your energy. So how do you manage?"
I agree on that because when I started my internship, everyone was asking because every other student was asking me, uh, why your course like this? Why are you doing your internship and your FYP? They were like so surprised because their university, their course, they either do their FYP or their internship or their FYP. So they were like, how can you manage this? I think it's not about I think because it's given to us. Okay, not tak you have to do it. And I I mean as a discipline, that's why I say you if you start I mean, I don't know when your internship is supposed to start, but for example, we were given September until December, October. I mean, have those range. So I started to hunt quite early so that I can start my internship early and end it early so that I mean, supposedly I should have my January and February to do my paper, but well, I extended. That's on me lah. But all my friends they had time to do that. So if they found the internship earlier, so that's like a benefit for you if you start your internship early. If not, one of the things that discipline me is doing your to do list. Like plan it. You don't have to do 1 week every day. I mean, you have to know your limits. And then I think I put like in like a motivational for me. I need to get A. I need to get A because only last A and then I can get the title that I dream of. So yeah.
Okay, all right, Umi. Dengar tu. Fun fact. Umi is my supervisor for FYP. So yeah. Okay, dengar tu Umi. All right. Okay, so next one we have by Mary Clarissa Ortiz. Okay, as we all know, networking is important. But in your opinion, is it okay if after the intern, you don't keep in contact with most of the staff or other interns? I believe not all colleagues should become our friends. Interesting. Hannah?
My direct answer to that is it's okay because I mean you cannot be friends. You cannot be I mean even the stuff itself, maybe they won't remember you if you don't have something great. I mean, I'm not saying you're not great. I'm saying like in a way that networking is good, but you have like connections and all, but it doesn't mean you have to say like really friends. So it's okay. Just don't create any bad bloods.
Yep. Agree, and I agree with that because if you if you create any bad raps, not just for you, the people who are staff over there, they will look at LG243 in a bad way, and then after that, Mr. Isaac stress, and his hair is gonna end up like mine. So yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? Maybe we can have one or two more from the audience. Okay, and also while waiting for fellow audience, just so you know, Mr. Isaac has already shared the Google form to record your attendance and also for your e-certification. So don't forget to fill that in as well, yeah? So, yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe, you know what? I have one. I noticed just now from your slides, you shared what do you call it? Some of the stuff like the projects that you did. There were some photos over there. Okay, can you share that with the audience?
Sure. Okay, so these are some of it. So the MOHE paper, the brochure I made, then I co-moderated. And then I took the lead in creating a cultural integration workshop. Because for what? I have learned intercultural communication. Why not use it for an MNC company, right? So yeah.
That's actually really good. I do. I mean, I applaud you for that, for coming up with that initiative because it's good because that's how that's how you will end up leaving a lasting impression on the company. So yeah, okay. All right. Now, out of curiosity, because you mentioned that you have completed the what do you call it? The mandatory internship. So technically, where grading is concerned, you're done. But you decided to extend. Why? Curious.
I think at first I don't know. I think it was just it's okay. Experience. Even though I'm like juggling with FYP, but it's okay. I mean, life is life is gonna be more tough after this. Why not?
Okay, all right, all right, all right. The pay is that good, is it?
Quite.
Okay, all right. Okay, so as there are no questions from the audience, and yeah, so don't forget to fill in that Google form. Okay, of course. So as you can see, our session is recorded, which will be uploaded in in Eclipse's in LG243's Eclipse YouTube channel for future reference and so on. So yeah, and which means Hannah, you can use this as a as part of your portfolio, or something in developing it. So yeah, okay,
Okay.
okay. So thank you so much, Hannah, for spending time on a Friday night, some more, to share your insights, to share your knowledge with your juniors and with the rest of us. Okay. So before I end, maybe Mr. Pavitran, do you have anything to say?
Oh no, I believe it was a mistake from me. But Anna, I mean, great sharing. I
Thank you, sir.
believe that you have really went all out. I like the fact that you talked about going out there and doing it, experiencing things firsthand, rather than just being a bystander and watching other people do it. So you put it well, and I believe that the rest of you can be inspired, especially the semester five students who are ready to embark on your internship journey. So thank you, Hannah, for your time. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
all
sir.
of you, for joining as well. So all the best to you, Hannah. All the best to all the students here as well. Thank you very much. I'm
All
sorry.
right.
I mean, it's not really conducive for me as usual to have my camera on. I apologize for that. Yeah, guys. Okay.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Puppy, and thank you so much, Hannah. And with that, okay, that brings our second episode of our program to an end. So yeah, so fellow audience, okay, we have two more episodes left, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so again, thank you, Hannah,
Thank
for
you for the opportunity,
spending
sir.
time. No problem, no problem. And also, thank you for the students. Okay, your other friends are enjoying themselves while you're here untuk menuntut ilmu. And that counts for something. So take care. Assalamualaikum. May God bless all of you. Have a good night and have a great weekend. Don't forget your attendance and the e-certification sheet. All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Okay.